everyone. I'm Mrs. Kessel. Welcome back to STEAM Enrichment. This week, we are doing our first of our winter experiments, and that is the candy cane experiment. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through all of the steps. And what you can do is watch this video and follow along at the same time. So when I tell you how to do a step, you would pause the video, do that step, and then start the video again and keep going so that by the end of the video, your work is done, okay? Now, if you do not have the materials, we're going to get to that in a second, but if you do not have the materials, I have also posted a second video where you can watch me and my son Charlie do the experiment and just follow along through my video, okay? So first I'm going to get everyone set up, but if you do not have the materials, you can follow along with the other video and just watch my experiment, okay? So let's take a look. This is what we're going to be able to do today. We have some scientific words we're learning. We are going to be able to make a hypothesis. A hypothesis is an educated guess. So it's a guess of what you think is going to happen. Scientists are always asking questions. And our question today is, what will make the candy cane dissolve the fastest? And so your hypothesis is going to be based on what you know about candy canes and maybe what you know about those liquids. And you're going to decide what you think will happen. At the end, it is okay if your hypothesis was wrong. We don't do science experiments because we already know the answer. We do science experiments because we want to find the answer. So if your hypothesis is wrong, it's okay. You are also going to write and draw observations. This word observations means the things we are seeing and noticing, what you notice while we are doing the experiment. And you're going to write with words some of your observations and draw pictures of some of your observations. The last goal for us is that you're going to be able to form a conclusion. A conclusion comes at the end. So after the experiment, you're going to be able to tell us what the right answer was and why you think that, okay? So we are making hypothesis, writing and drawing observations, and forming conclusions today. Those are our science goals. So right now, what we need to do is gather our materials, and I'll make this bigger so we can see it. We have some materials you're going to need. The first thing you're going to need is 4 clear drinking glasses. They can be cups or glass. Oops, let me go back. 4 clear drinking glasses, okay? So you need 4. They should all be the same size, and they all need to be clear. You need to see through them. So this I just got out of my kitchen cupboard. I used 4 of these. Plastic is okay. They just have to be see-through. You have to be able to look inside, okay? You are going to need 4 candy canes. I do not care what color your candy canes are. I do not care if they're big or little. You just need 4 that are the same, okay? So I have 4 red and white candy canes that are all the same size. You need 4 of them, and they need to be unwrapped. If you have 4 mini candy canes, that's fine. If you have 4 blue candy canes, that's fine. Just make sure all 4 are the same. You are going to need 4 different liquids, and you're going to need about a cup of each. So when I say a cup, I mean 8 ounces. It just depends on how big your glasses are. For me, a cup filled my glasses about to here. If you have smaller glasses, you probably don't need as much liquid. You only need maybe a half of a cup. But you're going to need warm water, so not hot water. We just want like warm water from the sink, not boiling. We want to be safe, so turn your sink to warm or hot, and whatever comes out of the tap, that's hot enough. You're also going to need, in another glass, you're going to need the same amount of cold water. In another glass, you're going to need the same amount, about 1 cup of white vinegar. And in your last cup, you're going to need about 1 cup of vegetable oil, okay? If you are missing vinegar or vegetable oil, you can substitute it with a different material. So if you want to use like a cup of Sprite or maybe you only have apple cider vinegar. That's fine. You can substitute it for something. Just let me know what you changed it to. You are going to need your lab paper. On Schoology, I have posted lab papers. There's a kindergarten and first grade one, a second and third grade one, and a fourth and fifth grade one. So if you have students, if your children are in different grades, make sure they each have the correct one, okay? Because you can do this as a whole family. You don't need 4 candy canes for each kid. You can set it up and all of your kids can do the experiment together. Just different grades need different papers, okay? You have 2 choices. You can print the paper out, okay? It is 2-sided. If you do not have a printer, you can just take a blank piece of paper and draw what it says. Make your own, okay? So if you don't have a printer, just take a piece of blank paper and write your own out, okay? You are going to need a pencil to do some writing and some crayons to do your drawings. So this is everything you need plus your lab papers. So stop the video and go get those things now. Okay, now that you have all of your materials, let's see what step number 2 is. Step number 2 is making a hypothesis. So once again, your hypothesis is your educated guess. What do you think? Which liquid will dissolve the candy cane the fastest? Do you think it will be the warm water, the cold water, the vinegar, or the oil? Which one do you think will make the candy cane dissolve the fastest? So dissolving kind of looks like melting, but it's not quite the same. Think of when I take a cup of water and I put salt in it and the salt kind of disappears. That's because the salt has dissolved into the water. Some of these liquids are going to make the candy canes dissolve. And so I want you to decide which liquid will make it dissolve the fastest. And on your paper, for the little ones, you can circle the answer for kindergarten and first grade. For second, third, fourth, and fifth grade, you have to write the answer on the line. Okay, so go ahead, pause this video, write your hypothesis on your paper now. Okay, now that you've written your hypothesis, let's move on to step 3. Okay, now we're going to set everything up. You're going to get your 4 glasses out and put them in a row on the table. You're going to pour 1 cup of liquid into each glass. So when I say that, what I mean is you'll have 1 cup with warm water, a different cup with cold water, a different cup with vinegar, and a different cup with oil. And you want them all to have the same amount. So I actually used a measuring cup to pour them, okay? 4 cups, each one has a different liquid. This one is warm, this one is cold, this one is vinegar, this one is oil, okay? 4 different cups. Once you have put all of your liquids in, you're going to take your candy canes, make sure they're unwrapped, and then at the same time, put the candy canes in the cups. So, if there's 2 of you, you can each put 1 in 1 cup, 1 in another, but get all 4 of them in at the same time. So unwrap all of them first, then put them in, okay? Don't do it one at a time. Unwrap all 4 and put them into the cup. So my cup is tall. I had mine hanging like this. And remember, you'll have your liquid in here. Okay, I didn't pour my liquid, but you're going to have your liquid in here. Then you're going to set a timer. So my first graders and kindergartners, you're just going to set the 10-minute timer and you're going to watch for 10 minutes. My second graders and third graders, you're going to set a 1-minute timer and a 10-minute timer. My fourth and fifth graders, you're going to set a timer for 1 minute, for 5 minutes, and 10 minutes. Okay, you're going to do 3 observations. Now we're going to make those observations. So what that means is you're going to be drawing a picture of what is happening in each glass and writing down what you are noticing. So I'm actually going to start with my fourth and fifth graders. Fourth and fifth graders, as soon as you put those candy canes into the liquid, you are going to draw a picture of what each candy cane and cup look like. So draw the cup and the candy cane, okay? Then you're going to tell me one thing you noticed, all right? And that's also going to be second and third graders. So second, third, fourth, and fifth graders, as soon as you put your candy canes in, draw your first picture. Go ahead and do that now. Okay, now you're going to wait 5 more minutes. Fourth and fifth graders, when the timer goes off for 5 minutes, you're going to do that again. At 5 minutes, fourth and fifth graders, you're going to draw again and show how it's changed, and make sure you tell me one thing you noticed. Kindergarten, first, second, and third graders, you don't have to do the 5 minutes. That's for the big kids. Then, so pause the video when you get to 5 minutes. Okay, now we're gonna wait until 10 minutes. When your 10-minute timer goes off, everybody is gonna do this. You're gonna use your pencils and crayons to tell me, to draw a picture of what each cup looked like after 10 minutes, okay? So you might have to pause this video, and when your timer goes off at 10 minutes, you draw your picture of what the warm water cup and candy cane looks like, of what the cold water cup and candy cane looks like, of what the vinegar and oil cups and candy canes look like at 10 minutes. Everybody does this, okay? So fourth and fifth graders, you do 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. Second and third graders, you do 1 minute and 10 minute. Kindergartners, you just do it at the end, 10 minutes, and draw a picture. And make sure you're telling me what you notice. Okay, so you should have paused this video, and by now the 10 minutes should be over and your experiment should be done. If your experiment is not done yet, pause this video and do all of the steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can rewind the video if you need to. Okay, you finished your experiment. Wasn't that so cool? I loved watching it. So now everyone's going to go to the back of their paper, and you're going to answer these questions to make your conclusion. Tell us what happened. So the first thing you're going to answer is, was your hypothesis right? Was it correct? You're either going to circle yes or no. It is okay if it was wrong. If it was wrong, that means you learned something new, and that's okay. That's good. That means you're getting smarter. If you were right, that means you already had some good ideas, and now you know for sure that you're correct. Then you're going to answer this question: which liquid dissolved the candy cane the fastest? So you're going to tell me, was it the warm water, the cold water, the vinegar, or the oil? Which one dissolved the candy cane the fastest? And then the last question you have to answer says, I think this was because. So you're going to tell me why you think that happened. Why did that liquid dissolve it the fastest? Okay. Now here's the very last thing you're going to do is you're going to turn in your work. So pause the video if you haven't answered those questions yet. Answer those questions. And once you've answered the questions on your paper, come back to the video. Okay, so now you're going to turn in your work. You're going to turn in a picture of your lab sheet. This is what I want to see. So you're going to take a picture of the front and a picture of the back so I can see all of your work and turn them in on Schoology. So what you have to do is click Submit Assignment. It's that gray rectangle. It says Submit Assignment. Then you click Upload File. It's a little button. It's next to the microphone, but it's not the microphone. You click Upload File. You click on the pictures you'd like to upload, so the picture of the front and picture of the back, and click Submit, okay? So that I should be getting 2 pictures from you. If you want to turn in more pictures, like you want to take a picture of your experiment and turn it in, you can also turn that in. But what I am grading is the front of your sheet and the back of your sheet, okay? If you have questions about how to do this experiment, I will be on Zoom Monday at 2:20, and I will be on Zoom Thursday at 2:20. You just have to click my yellow button that says Zoom in my classroom, and you can come to my meeting, and I will help you with your experiment if you need it, okay? So I hope you all have had some fun doing this candy cane experiment. I can't wait to see your observations and your results. Next week, we will do our magic milk experiment. So remember, you're going to need your pan or dish, your milk, Q-tips, food coloring, and dish soap. See you guys then. Bye.